Fan arrested for assaulting BYU cheer coach after Utah loss in controversial game. Video script. Intro. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've got a shocking update from the BYU vs Utah rivalry game that took place over the weekend. After BYU's dramatic, controversial win over Utah, an 18-year-old fan has been arrested for allegedly striking BYU's cheerleading coach with a water bottle. This incident has raised serious questions about fan behavior and the emotional fallout of a heated rivalry. Let's break down the details and what led to this bizarre turn of events. The incident. The game ended with a thrilling 22-21 victory for BYU. But the drama didn't stop when the final whistle blew. In the aftermath of BYU's controversial win, which came on a last-second field goal, a fan in the south end zone of the stadium allegedly threw a water bottle that struck BYU cheer coach Jocelyn Allan in the head. Allan, who was standing near the BYU cheerleaders on the sideline, lost consciousness after being hit. She later shared her experience on Instagram, saying that she was lowered to the ground by one of my cheerleaders after being struck. Thankfully, she regained her bearings, but the incident left her shaken. The arrest. The 18-year-old suspect, identified as Gardner, has been arrested and charged with assault for the incident. Gardner, who is not a student at Utah, was taken into custody by university police and booked into jail on a Class A misdemeanor assault charge. Police are currently reviewing video footage from the game to further investigate the incident and confirm the source of the object thrown. Jocelyn Allan has asked the public for any information on the individual or family involved, stating that they have a pretty good idea of where the object came from, but they are still piecing together the details. This is definitely an unsettling development, as fans should never cross the line into violent behavior, especially in the heat of competition. The game's controversial end. Now, let's rewind for a second to the game that started all this. BYU's victory over Utah came down to a controversial series of events. With just a few seconds left on the clock, BYU had the chance to kick the game-winning field goal after a crucial penalty on Utah negated what seemed like a game-clinching sack on BYU quarterback Jake Retzlaff. The defensive holding penalty kept the Cougars' drive alive, and they capitalized, eventually kicking a field goal to take the lead. This controversial call sparked fury on the Utah sideline. Fans began throwing objects onto the field in frustration after the penalty call and subsequent field goal. The atmosphere was charged with emotion. But this is where things went too far. The reaction and aftermath. Utah Athletic Director Mark Harlan didn't mince words after the game, calling the final sequence absolutely stolen from us, referring to the controversial penalty that allowed BYU to continue their drive. Harlan's remarks earned him a $40 fine and a public reprimand from the Big 12 Conference. Harlan did later accept his punishment, but the incident left a sour taste for many in Utah's camp. BYU, on the other hand, celebrated the win, keeping their undefeated season alive at 9-0, and remaining atop the Big 12 standings with just a few games to go. Utah, however, is now 4-5 after entering the season as one of the conference favorites. This season has clearly been a tough one for the Utes, and emotions ran high as they suffered yet another close loss. The bigger issue: fan behavior. While the game itself was a thrilling display of college football drama, this incident serves as a grim reminder of the potential for violence when emotions boil over. Fans are passionate, especially in heated rivalry games. But we've got to keep things in perspective. Throwing objects, or worse, physically assaulting someone, whether they're a coach, a player, or another fan, is never acceptable. The fact that a cheer coach was the target of this attack is especially disturbing. Coaches like Jocelyn Allan work tirelessly behind the scenes, supporting their teams and making sure the crowd stays engaged. To see one of them become the victim of such an act is a serious issue that should never happen at any level of sport. The impact on the programs. For BYU, this victory keeps their Cinderella season alive. But the controversy surrounding it, and the violence afterward, could taint what should be a joyous moment. For Utah, this loss not only stings, but now the focus has shifted from the game itself to this unfortunate incident. The Utes will be dealing with the fallout of the game's emotional conclusion and the actions of a rogue fan for weeks to come. Closing. So, what do you think about this bizarre and disturbing incident? Should the College Football Playoff Committee take the controversy surrounding the game into account? Or is it all just part of the drama that makes college football so unpredictable? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of our future content. We'll continue to cover this story as more details emerge. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.